Hey everyone, Happy New Year. It's Miranda Walker here, licensed professional counselor and owner here at Restorative Pathways Counseling. And we are kicking off the new year with a new Facebook Live segment called Coffee with a Counselor, where we're planning on sitting down with you maybe once or twice a week to answer the questions that you have, help educate you on topics related to mental health and relationships and any other topics that you're interested in. And to start with our first episode here, we're going to answer a question that we got from a post a few weeks back. And the question is, what's the best way to fight off the winter blues? And so I have 5 tips for you to help you feel better if you're struggling with the blues. But before we jump into that, I wanted to talk a little bit about some symptoms that you might be experiencing if you're in a depressive episode, experiencing seasonal affective disorder or depression with a seasonal onset, or if you're just kind of feeling down. And so some of those symptoms might be an increased need for sleep. You might find it really difficult to wake up in the morning, an increased appetite. You might experience a loss of motivation, a loss of interest in things that used to bring you pleasure. It might be really difficult to concentrate on the tasks at hand. You might be feeling more irritable or emotional. And in the worst case scenario, you might be feeling some feelings of hopelessness or worthlessness, be struggling with your self-esteem, or even be dealing with suicidal thoughts. And so while these 5 tips are meant to help you feel better and get you a little bit of a boost, I'm always going to refer back to, if you're feeling stuck in an episode, to never hesitate to ask for help, to call and get an appointment with a counselor or professional. So let's jump into our 5 tips. Our first tip is to make sure you get enough sleep. This is something that I stress with all of my clients. It's something that I stress for my personal health. The Center for Disease Control recommends that everybody gets at least 7 hours of sleep per night for the average adult. And so kind of the rule of thumb that I go with for clients and for myself is, if you're going to get less than 7 hours of sleep for one night, to not do that for more than 2 nights in a row, just to make sure that your body's getting what it needs. Your sleep is so incredibly important for your brain health, and there's a lot of different effects that can happen when you're sleep deprived, and I'm planning on posting more on that later in a blog post, so look for that to come out. Tip number 2 is to make sure you're getting exercise. So the Center for Disease Control recommends that the adults get 30 minutes a day, and this doesn't have to be anything extremely strenuous. This can just be a brisk walk. It's even better if you can get outside and breathe some fresh air, but 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. The third thing that you can do to help fight off the winter blues is to do things that you enjoy even when you don't feel like it. That's a tricky one, because typically, I see this a lot with clients when they're struggling with depression. When they start feeling down, they stop doing the things that help them feel better. And so maybe you have a certain group of people that you hang out with that make you feel better, or you like eating healthy foods, or you have certain hobbies and activities. And when you start feeling down, you start losing motivation, you start feeling more fatigued and tired. Our natural instinct is to kind of let go and back off on some of those things, and we start picking up some really self-defeating habits. And so one way that you can make sure that you're fighting off the winter blues is to keep those things that really help boost your mood in place. Even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't feel motivated, to try to keep doing those things, try to keep exercising, try to not isolate yourself and withdraw from the people that keep you happy. Our fourth one is to take care of your body. So this is a big one too, making sure that you're getting proper nutrition, making sure that you're drinking plenty of water, and supplementing with vitamins or supplements if you need to. And this is something, I'm not a physician, and this is something that I would always recommend that clients go talk to their physician if their physician wants to run any tests on them. There's a lot of different biological and organic causes that can mimic symptoms of depression or other mental health concerns. Excuse me. Or worsen them. And so things like anemia or thyroid problems, hormone imbalances. And so a physician would be able to help determine if there's anything organic going on and help you supplement with like vitamin D or iron supplements or anything that you would need. And that's going to help you feel better as well. The last one is to consider light therapy. I have my light right here. This is a light box. And you can order these off of Amazon. This is a Philips one. I can post a link to this later on Instagram and Facebook. But there's a lot of research that backs light therapy for seasonal affective disorder or seasonal onset depression. And all it is, I can turn it on, hopefully it won't blind everyone. It's just a blue light and you set it in your periphery on like your desk or wherever you're working for about an hour a day. And there's some research that shows that it can boost your mood and improve how you're feeling. So I would consider that too. Now, just as a caution, there are some cautionary things that you got to watch out for if you're on antidepressant medications. And so that's something I would talk to your physician about as well. Okay, so those are our 5 tips: getting enough sleep, making sure you're getting exercise, doing the things that you love even when you don't feel like it, taking care of your body, and considering light therapy. We're going to, we have a link above on this post where it links to our website. So if you do feel like you're stuck in an episode and you're really struggling to get out of it and these tips just aren't enough to boost you out of it, there's a link that you can schedule an appointment with us or give us a call and we can answer any questions that you have. We do free phone consultations. We are planning on doing a blog post with these 5 tips as well as links to the research and resources that might be helpful for additional information. And then if you have any other questions that you would like us to answer on one of these Coffee with a Counselor episodes, or if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, comment below, private message us, and we'll try to get to that as soon as we can. All right, thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.